Hello, everyone. This is Shanta Sanchez coming back with more information. So, we have talked about some things on this channel, and let's recap really quick, okay? So, we talked about cash flow. You need it. We talked about mindset. You definitely have to have a different mindset in order to make this successful. And then, we talk about having a team. Definitely need a supportive team and the members of that team, who they should be. If not, go back and take a look at my other videos and you can see what I'm talking about when I say build your team, have the right mindset, things of that nature, because you're going to need this for longevity in this game. We also talked about just being cognizant and smart about who you allow into your home, as far as when you're looking at people that's doing your realtors, your inspectors, other general contractors. Try to have some wisdom behind that. Whatever they tell you, don't take it at face value. Look into it, okay? Now, I want to start talking about actually, obtaining money to get the property that you're looking for. If you're not rich, you're gonna have to borrow money, okay? It's just what it is. And I know now it's more expensive to borrow money, but that's what you're gonna have to do. If you don't have money, you borrow other people's money to make the money, right? So you're gonna be looking at loans. And for me, my personal way I move, way I program, so I don't want to spend a lot of money obtaining property. And so I'm looking at ways that I can get into the property for a lower amount. Meaning that, for instance, with an FHA loan, you can get in at 3.5%. And it had to be your primary residence. You need to be staying in the property. If you're not staying in the property, if it's not your primary residence, then it's going to be considered investment property. And when you start looking at investment property, you're putting in 15-20% down. Talking about down payments. And as soon as, I heard that, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Let's go back to this 3.5. What I need to do? So you have to stay into the property. You can get an FHA loan every 3 years. So meaning you can't have two FHA loans out and active back to back. You can't do it back to back. You can't go out, buy property, get into it, and then 6 months later, a year later, 2 years later, go back out and get another FHA. It's not going to work. The banks don't allow you to do it. If they do, hey, hit me up. Let me know how y'all making that happen. And so once you have exhausted, that, then you're looking at conventional loans. Now, conventional loan, you need to be staying there as well. But it's 5% down. And so I'm constantly thinking, okay, how can I get between 3.5 and 5% down on these properties? How can I do that? And that's what you need to be thinking about. That's why it's so important to have your team. Because with your team, you guys can sit down and figure out how can we obtain these properties at a reasonable amount to get down, as down payment to get into it. And then once you get into the property and get it set up and things of that nature, there's other things you can do after that. But the important thing is obtaining the property or properties. I like to kind of work one at a time. Once I close one deal, then I get that settled, and then I jump on another one. Because you really want to think through these processes. It's so much work. Trying to make sure that you're straight. When you're dealing with all of this, and when you're doing it pretty much almost by yourself, you want to have that leeway, so that you can really think through what you're doing, and before you sign any paperwork and make any moves, you really want to think through the process, because your name is on a lot of this property. So I'm going to go slow with this, really slow, because I was going to workshops, I was working with other people that had property and blah, blah, blah. And it was just too much. And I started learning stuff as I got into it. Like, that doesn't work like that. They missed a step, or they missed 10 steps. You can't, So, because I wanted to, they were saying, don't put it under you, put it under the business. And I was like, okay, cool. So when I went to do that, the bank was like, no. You need to put this under you right now. And then maybe when you refinance, or maybe when you do this or do that or some other things, yeah, you can put it under the business, but not right now. So I was like, oh, I was under the impression that once I got my business established, it was kind of easy to get. So maybe I misunderstood something. I don't know. So I'm gonna go slow on this. That's why I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, because I want to do this stuff in real time. I want to do it live, and I can't unless I have at least 1,000. And I don't want you, the viewers, missing out on this. I don't want to miss steps. And, you know, you do like me, get out there and realize, wait a minute, she missed a step. Something wasn't right. So, look, like, share, subscribe, and let's try to get this up to 1,000 subs. I went to a couple of day parties, met a lot of prominent people from New York and in North Carolina. And I'm going to be doing some projects with them. I'm trying to boost the channel and get more things coming. I'm also working with just different people, different accountants, different attorneys, just different, so we can start getting this information so we'll know how to move. Because in today's economy, it's tough. I mean, once you set up your first property, I found that it's easier to do your subsequent properties. But you need to be strategic. You need to be driven. You need to have will. We talked about that. You need to have the will, not the potential, the will to do this, to put this work in. I work around the clock. It's no free time. I'm constantly working, even in my sleep. I mean, I'm waking up like, oh God, okay, I gotta write down this percentage. I mean, it's just, I'm constantly working. And then I added, this channel, because I wanted other people to know. I didn't want them learning by fire, trial by fire like me. So, let's get this up. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these subs in. I am working on other things to try to build the channel as well. I have other platforms as well that we're building, and we just want to keep people informed. We work for you all. That's what we do. So I always say power to the people, because you are my audience. You are my clients. You're the reason why I'm doing all this stuff, because I could keep it to myself. But it's enough money out here for everybody. Everybody can get this, especially once you learn how to do it. And that's my objective. So like, share, subscribe. Let's get this out. Let's get up to 1,000 subs. And let's get more information out there so we can spread around, this wealth. Okay? All right. Have a great day. Bye.